Wisdom Whispers 11. The Debate of the Big Gourd. In ancient China, there were two philosophers, Zhuangzi and Huizi, whose wisdom dialogue has been passed down to this day. Today, we will explore a story about the Big Gourd, which will lead us into a thinking about possibilities and limitations. One day, Zhuangzi came to see his friend Huizi, who was in the fields, looking at some large gourds with a confused and disappointed look on his face. Huizi showed Zhuangzi some huge gourds. "The king of Wei gave me the seeds of a large gourd, and I planted it, and it grew into a huge gourd with a capacity of 500 liters. But it is too fragile to be used for water or grain. Even if it is cut open to make a gourd, there is no suitable place to put it." He told Zhuangzi that although these gourds grew very large, they were of no use. Zhuangzi smiled and shook his head after hearing Huizi's words, saying, "Huizi, you just don't know how to use big things. You have a big gourd that can hold 500 liters, why don't you make it into a big jar and let it float in the rivers and lakes, and worry about it having nowhere to put it? It seems that your heart is still covered by the weeds." Zhuangzi's words were like spring rain, awakening Huizi's mind. He began to understand that sometimes, it is not the things themselves that limit us, but our thinking. Huizi suddenly realized and began to imagine the scene of the big gourd floating on the water. The big gourd was made into a big jar, floating freely on the water, and Zhuangzi and Huizi watched on the side. Zhuangzi said to Huizi, "Look, this big jar can not only float on the water, but also be made into a small boat and placed on the rivers and lakes, which can carry you around. Isn't it comfortable?" Huizi replied, "I see, Zhuangzi, you are right. I should go beyond the traditional way of thinking and find new uses for things." This story is not only about the use of gourds, but also about the freedom and innovation of thinking. Zhuangzi believes that true freedom is not material possession, but spiritual liberation. Only when our thoughts are not restricted by traditional concepts can we truly enjoy life and discover our own value. Thanks for watching The Debate of the Big Gourd. If you like this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe to explore more stories of wisdom with us.